A good hello to all caretakers all over the world. I just wanted to say to you today that you are loved, you are not forgotten, and that you have been divinely chosen and picked by God for such a time as this to care for and take care of the person He has assigned you to. Know that even though the road may be rough, arduous, and tedious, and you may want to throw in the towel at some point, just remember your assignment. Remember that promotions don't come from the east or the west, but they come from God. You've been promoted as caretaker to care for someone that is depending on you for their health to recover. They're depending on you to watch out for them. They're depending on you for their safety. And they're depending on you, believe it or not, for encouragement. Even though you may have to speak to them in a firm, loving voice to get them to move, to get them to do what they need to do it, and do it in love. Remember that the Bible says, do unto others as you will have them do unto you, and to whom much is given, much is required. And so patience is required in this, because the older a person gets that you have to take care of, they don't want to be rushed in doing things. They don't want to be rushed taking medicine. They don't want to be rushed getting dressed. They don't want to be rushed trying to get out of the house for an appointment. Because the first thing they'll say is, what's the rush? They want to take their time. They got to process their thoughts. They got to get themselves together, just like we do. But we're not the ones being taken care of. And think, well, here's the other deal. The person that you're taking care of may have harsh words at sometimes, may hurt your feelings at sometimes. But remember your assignment. What if the person in the wheelchair that was being taken care of was you? You would want someone to have patience with you. The Bible says, be merciful, so that in your time of need, mercy will be given unto you. And I'm just saying to you, your days may be hard. They may become very tiresome. You may need a break, a breather. When you can, take it. When you can, live and breathe. Go shopping, go to a movie, go out to dinner. Do something to get your mind somewhere else and off of the things that you're going through, or how hard being a caretaker is. I just wanted to encourage you. You're not alone. You're not forgotten. God sees you. And the good deeds that you do for someone, God will richly reward you. Remember that. Also, the place wherever they are, flood it with prayer. Anoint the walls, anoint the doors wherever they are. Just walk around in the room when they're not there and say, God, let your presence be felt. Anyone comes in this room, let your presence be felt. Ask for angelic assistance. And I'm telling you, you'll see some changes begin to happen. Just remember, what if it were you? How would you want someone to treat you? How would you want someone to talk to you? When you were lost and confused and couldn't get your bearings, would you want somebody to handle you roughly, or be compassionate with you, or be considerate of what you're going through? Would you want someone to sit there and listen and get you back on track when they ask you, where am I? Would you want someone to give you the information, to settle you, to massage your shoulders, to rub your hand and say, I'm here, you're not alone? Because being in a position where you are accustomed to telling people what to do, and now all of that control God has snatched away from you, taken away from you, whether it's been little by little or snatched away, and now that control is in the hands of somebody else. You now are not given the orders. You have to take them. Think about how you would feel. Think about people who had eyesight all their lives, and one day the eyesight is gone. I can't imagine, and I don't want to imagine. But I always think, what if it were me? How would I want someone to treat me? And so I'm just encouraging you, caretakers all over the world, know that you are divinely chosen by God for such a time as this. He has set you on an assignment, not to abuse the person you're taking care of, but to love them and to help them through this rough time, to help them go around a mulberry bush how many ever times it takes, to help them get back on their feet, however difficult it may be. But just do it and know that God is watching, that you are on God's assignment. And because you are on God's assignment, God is love. And so we have to love them. We may have to do it firmly, but we have to love them. And we have to speak to them in love. And we have to be very considerate and very cautious as to, it could be us. The tables could be turned. And what if it was us? Caretakers, you are special. You're on God's assignment. And especially if you're God believing, you're on God's assignment. And so we want to handle this assignment with care. We want to hear God say, well done. You did well. You pushed through. You didn't give up no matter how difficult it was. You stayed the course. You continued to trust me. You continued to pray. You continued to fight your way through with prayer. That's what I want to hear God say. God bless you. Take care of you. Peace.